was thinking differently. We'll see how this goes. Okay, we're going to take Utthita Parshvahasta Padangusthasana, which means extended leg to the side, hand to big toe pose. And I just want you to see, we're going to be using the wall. So you'll have your left side body at the wall, turn your right leg out, pull the leg up, you'll grab the outside edge of your foot. Then my knee and my foot go to the side, I lift my chest, and I'm straightening my legs. Okay, then I'll give you a few things to do once you're there. Okay, so if you need the strap, it's there. Just straighten your leg. If you don't need it, you can set it off to the side. Okay, start with your feet together. Turn your right foot, right thigh out. Good. Then pull your foot up and grab the outside edge of your foot. And if you're using the strap, you just loop the strap around your foot. Okay, good. Now everybody look forward. Take your right knee, your right foot to face toward the right side wall, to face towards this window wall. Good. Now from here, press into your standing heel. Press your standing thigh back and straighten that leg, that standing leg, your left leg, your left leg. Just straighten your left leg. There you go. Now your outer right hip, everybody, that outer right hip and the right side buttocks, drop it down away from your low back. See if you can get that outer right hip to drop and the right side buttocks. So you're elongating that buttocks on the right side. Buttocks down. And now from here, straighten your right leg. Good. And now again, straighten your left leg. Press into your standing heel, thigh back, chest up. Good. Now can you drop that outer right hip down, right side of your buttocks down, and chest up. Left leg straight. Good. And then bring that right leg back down. And then we'll switch sides. Feet together. Turn your left foot, left thigh out. Pull the foot up, grab the outside edge of your foot. And if you're working with the strap, you're holding on as close to your foot as you can get. Now straighten your right leg, so press into your right heel, right thigh back. So really straighten that right leg. Okay, now the left leg, the knee and the foot have to face toward this window wall. Yes, and that left outer hip, it wants to lift up. So you have to drop that outer left hip, left buttocks down. You can even bend your right knee a little bit to get some length here on that left side buttock. Yes, now keep that, and everybody straighten your left leg. Yeah, keep the bend a little bit here in the right knee. Keep the bend in the right knee slightly bent. There you go. Now drop that outer right hip down again. Yes, that was it. See if you can get some length on that right side buttocks. Yes, keep dropping that left side buttocks down, and now everybody straighten your right leg. Right thigh back, chest up. Good, and then release. Okay, good. We're going to repeat this pose, and I just want you to see, we're going to add a little bit on in terms of what's happening in the upper body. Okay, so here we are again. Now you're here, and for some of you, that outer right hip is still coming up, right? So you have to drop that buttocks down on the outer right hip down. Okay, now, can you see what's happening with my right arm? It's being pulled down, and I'm actually not upright. So this right arm bone, I pull it back into the shoulder socket. I rotate my arm from inside out and move my shoulder blade towards my chest. So now my chest is well lifted. And then you'll straighten the right leg. Okay, so we'll repeat. Starting with the left side body of the wall, feet together. Turn the right foot out, right thigh out, pull the foot up, grab it. Good. And then take your knee, take your foot to face toward the right. Foot facing forward. There you go. Okay, now, again, take a little bend in that left knee. Drop the right buttock down, right outer hip down. Good. Now, pull your right arm bone back into the shoulder socket. Yes. And rotate your right arm from inside out. Good. Right shoulder in the socket. Good. Now bring your right shoulder blade forward and lift your right side chest up. Yes. Now can you keep your chest up? Straighten your standing leg. Keep your chest up and straighten your right leg. Good. Now when that right leg went out to the side, again you have to pull your right arm bone back into the shoulder socket, rotate it. Yep, and then move your right shoulder blade forward, right side chest up, face forward. Don't turn, face forward. Good, and then release. And then you switch. So feet together, turn the left foot out, grab the foot. Good. Take a little bend in the right knee. Foot faces forward, left knee out, left foot out. Foot faces the floor. Okay, now, again, drop that outer left hip, left buttocks down. Yes. Then pull that left arm bone back into the shoulder socket. So it has to come up and back into the shoulder socket. Yes. And then that left arm turns from inside out. Yes. And your shoulder blade comes forward to lift your left side chest. Good. Now straighten your right leg. And then chest up, straighten your left leg. Good. And as you do that, you have to keep that left shoulder blade going forward and up. Forward and up. Left side chest up. Good. And then bring that left leg down. Very nice, everyone. Okay. So now we're going to take, this is a new pose, Adho Mukha Vrikshasana, which is handstand. So I just want you to see how we're going to come into it. You'll have your hands about 6 to 8 inches from the wall. And I think if you're at my sides, you'll be able to see best rather than right here. Okay, so my hands are turned out. I'm about 6 to 8 inches from the wall. My hands are spread. Okay, then that same work we just did a moment ago, where you're rotating the upper arms and bringing your shoulder blades towards your chest. You'll do that here. Rotate the upper arms, shoulder blades towards your chest, chest up. You'll look towards the wall. Then you'll come up onto your heels, suck your thigh bones up, and one leg kicks, and the other leg you hop off of to come up. Okay? Then I'll give you a few things to do while you're there, but then you'll come down, Uttanasana. So we don't need the strap right now, you can just set it off to the side. You'll face the wall. Hands turned out, place your hands about 6 to 8 inches from the wall. And turn your hands out completely. So your middle finger actually points toward the person right next to you. Okay, now walk until your shoulders are over your wrists. You do want your shoulders over your wrists. Yes, okay, now look up. Rotate your arms from inside out and bring your shoulder blades towards your chest. So your shoulder blades go down. Yes, that's it. Chest up. Your shoulder blades down. Good. And now start to walk your feet in. Good. Press the inner edge of your hand down and then lift your right leg up. Or excuse me. Walk your feet in. Walk your feet in. Now lift your heels. Lift your heels. Yes, suck your thigh bones up. Legs straight. Good. Chest up, look up. Good. Now you're going to lift your right leg and you'll hop on your left. Take an inhalation and as you exhale, kick and bring your legs to the wall. Good, everybody. Heels up the wall. Scrub your heels up the wall. Yes. Now again, rotate your arms from inside out. So look toward the wall. Look toward that baseboard. Rotate your arms from inside out. Bring your shoulder blades towards your chest. Spread your chest. And now lift your armpits up, shoulder blades up. You can just be in Uttanasana, arms up, shoulder blades up, armpits up. Good, and then come down. One leg at a time with control. And let your spine hang in Uttanasana. Good. Okay, so we're going to repeat that pose. But this time, we're going to use our straps. So make a loop in your strap. I don't know if that was your strap that I just grabbed. Okay. So when you make a loop in your strap, the strap should be inner shoulder to inner shoulder distance apart. So make my loop, and if anybody's having problems with the strap, let me know. But I make my loop, and then when I hold it up to my shoulders, it's inner shoulder to inner shoulder versus outer shoulder to outer shoulder. Might have to be a little narrow. Okay, good. All right, so here's how I'm gonna use it. It goes right above my elbows. Okay. Then I'm placing my hands where I did before. So my middle fingers are turned out, palms are flat, and I'll go through the same steps. I'll rotate my upper arms, shoulder blades towards my chest, and I look toward the wall. Then heels up, thigh bones up, and this time I'm gonna hop with my, I'm gonna switch legs. So I'll bend my right leg, and exhale, hop, and bring my heels to the wall. Okay, now here, and we're using the strap, so you can squeeze your upper arms in, make your arms straighter, and try to loosen the strap. And then to come down, that other leg can stay at the wall, so you can come down with control. Press that like that. Okay? So we'll try again. So wrist the belt right above your elbows. Still might need to be a little tighter. Okay? And then place your hands. Middle fingers pointed out. Good. Rotate your arms from inside out. Shoulder blades towards your chest, chest up. Look toward that waistline. Shoulder blades towards your chest, back ribs towards your front ribs. Look up. There you go. Now walk your feet in. Walk your feet in. Yes, press down on the inner edge of your hand. Now, suck your heels, lift your heels up. Stack them over the balls of your feet. Suck your thigh bones up. Yep, navel back, thighs up. Good. Now you're going to hop. You lift that left leg and hop on your right leg. So you're switching legs. And then as you inhale, come up. And if you're having problems coming up, I can help you. I'm right behind you. Okay. Good. And then once you come to the wall, bring your heels to the wall. Good. Now everybody, again, rotate your arms from inside out. Look towards the wall. Move your shoulder blades away from the wall, towards your chest. Good. Now armpits up. Shoulder blades up, away from the base of your neck, but straighten your elbows. See if you can make that strap loose. Good. And now turn buttocks forward, away from the wall, tailbone forward. There you go. Keep going. Keep going. Now can you turn your thighs in and push your heels up? Good. And now with control, with that left leg leading, come on down. Good. And then remove your strap and hang. Uttanasana. Okay. All right, so you can come up, hands to your hips, come up to stand. Let's everybody now get ourselves a mat and a blanket. We're going to set up for Shirshasana. So you'll need a mat. You open that mat up, have the short end of the mat at the wall, and then you'll need, in addition, a blanket. And that blanket you'll open it up once from the side as you found it on the shelf, and place it with the long edge at the wall. Yep, that's right. You're right, Melissa. Just like Melissa has done. Okay, now we're going to take Salamba Shirshasana, but this is at the junior 1 level, so there's a little difference in it. So we're going to be hopping into it. Okay, so once you have your setup, just look over here. So everybody knows Shirshasana 1 coming up at the wall, right? And the base is the same. It is Shirshasana. So you'll, I think actually if you're more on my sides, you'll have a better view. So my elbows actually this time are going to go right at the front edge of the blanket. And then my hands are interlaced. I'm pressing my forearm bones down. I'll take the crown of my head down. I'll tuck my toes under and walk my feet in, okay? Now this is Ardha Shirshasana, which you guys know, and here the forearms have to press down and your shoulder blades lift up. Okay, so instead of everything dropping, and then your back ribs
have to move towards your front ribs. Okay, then from here, so I'm holding this. I don't want this to happen. I'm keeping those back ribs in. I come up onto my heels. I suck those thigh bones up, and I'm hopping to bring my knees into my chest. Okay, then I take my knees up, and we'll bring our toes to the wall. Okay, and there's a purpose for this. You're gonna use the wall to lift your buttocks up. Can you guys see that? So instead of the buttocks dropping, I'm taking the buttocks up and moving my tailbone forward. And then we'll take your legs up. And I'll give you a few things to do when you're here. And then to come down, you bend your knees, and you want to come down with control. And then you'll rest.
And the control comes from the shoulder blades and the back body being strong, like a wall. Okay? So, place your elbows at the front edge of your blankets. And then make sure your elbows are under your shoulders, fingers are interlaced at the webbing. Good. Then press your elbows down, forearm bones down, tuck your toes, or take your head down, crown of your head. Good. Now you'll tuck your toes under, straighten your legs. Now everybody, forearm bones down, elbows down, and press your outer wrists down. Yeah, and then lift your shoulder blades up, away from the base of your neck. Good, now as you start to walk your feet in, you have to keep your back ribs moving towards your front ribs. So don't let your back ribs go toward the wall. Back ribs towards your front ribs. Walk your feet in towards your face. Good, you have to keep moving your back ribs towards your front ribs, away from the wall, like a wall, that back rib moving towards your front ribs. Good, now everybody come up onto your toe tips, lift your heels, walk your feet in as close as you can. There you go. Now, as you exhale, you're going to hop and bring your knees into your chest like a little ball. Knees into your chest. Good, everybody. Knees into your chest. So start in a little ball. And again, press now the forearm bones, elbows down, lift your shoulder blades up, back ribs towards your front ribs. Good. Now take your toes to the wall. Good. Now here, I'm going to add a little something on. I want you to wrap the backs of your arms, your triceps in, towards each other. Yes, in the forearm bones. Turn the triceps forward. Yes, keep going, Melissa, with that left arm a little more. And then from your armpits, extend down into your elbows. Lengthen your triceps. Good. Then shoulder blades forward, chest forward. Now lift your buttocks up and take your tailbone forward. Buttocks up. Tailbone forward, toward the center of the room with your tailbone. Tailbone forward. Good. Now take your feet up. Come into Salamba Shirshasana. Good. Now again, we have to reset the arms. Every time, triceps in. Triceps in even more, Dante. There you go. And then lengthen. This arm is coming forward. This left arm is slightly forward of your right. You have to take that elbow back. And from your armpits, extend down into your elbows. Lift your shoulder blades up. Away from the base of your neck. You have to press down, lift up, and move your back ribs towards your front ribs. Good. Now everybody separate your feet hip width apart. You can come down if you need to. Good. Now lift your buttocks up again. Tailbone forward. Yes. Now can you turn your thighs in? Yeah, this whole right side is coming forward on you. And as you turn your thighs in, then bring your legs back together. But buttocks up. Buttocks up. Good. And now to come down, good job everybody, you'll bring your knees first into your chest. You have to press your elbows down, forearms down, back ribs forward, to come down all the way with control. And then rest in child's pose. Let your head come down. Rest your head, rest your neck. And come up to sit. Is that halfway?
Halfway.
All right, great. So now we're going to take what's called Paryankasana. It's couch pose. It's a back bend. So for this pose, you can move your mats a little away from the wall. If your mat is folded, you're going to just unfold it so it's not folded. And that blanket will now go the length of your mat and place it toward the front edge. Good. Then you use your setup on this side? Yeah. So here's what this pose, I'm going to show you how to come into it, what it looks like, and then how to come out of it. Okay, so I'll sit in Virasana, and if anybody has problems with Virasana, just let me know. I've got an alternative, so you don't have to suffer in your knees. Okay, so first you'll lift your chest, you'll come back onto your forearms. Okay, then I'm walking my hands to my feet. I'm going to grab my heels, lift my buttocks, pull down with my hands on my heels to help move my back ribs towards my front ribs, and take the crown of my head down. Okay, then from here, I'll keep the crown of my head down and my buttocks comes back down. Okay, then I'll grab overhead, roll my triceps in. So my elbows come in, can you guys see that? Yes. Rather than here. It's actually a strong action. Then I'll lift my buttocks again, pull the mat toward the wall behind me, and slide my head closer towards my heels. Okay, now this is where the shoulder blades and the back ribs have to move strongly toward your front ribs as you bring your buttocks back down. And then to come out, you'll release. And then come back up. That's Supta Virasana. Now, if you're like, that's not going to happen because of my knees, you start here in Balasana. You'll come back. Okay? So be seated in Virasana or Dandasana. Lift your chest. And as you exhale, come back onto your forearms. Just like you're coming into Supta Virasana. Then you walk your feet to your heels. Lift your buttocks up. Lift your chest up. And take your head back, the crown of your head towards the floor. Good. We'll see what to do, okay? Now, take your buttocks back down. So you don't feel it's just your knees are fine, but it's your head, your neck, your upper back.
Yeah, I mean, that quad can't go.
Now from here, everybody, let your buttocks come back down if it's not down. Then take your arms overhead. Good, grab the sides of your mat. Roll your triceps up towards the ceiling. This is going to go under your back, and this is going under your head. Right between your shoulder blades. Now, from here, pull the mat back, lift your back buttocks up. Yes, lift your back ribs up towards your front ribs, and lift your head up and move your head a little closer towards your heels, towards your buttocks. Good, now, back ribs have to move towards your front ribs, chest up, and as you exhale, you can just grab opposite elbows overhead. Bring your buttocks back down. Keep your chest up, keep your chest up. You can grab opposite elbows. And as you exhale, buttocks down. Good. And then everybody release your head down. And then bring your hands alongside you. And as you inhale, come up. Good. You come forward. Cross your ankles. Sit back, legs forward. Dandasana. Stretch out the backs of your legs. And we're going to repeat the pose, and we're going to advance it to the final, the classic version. So we'll come through the same steps, and then we'll grab a hold at the end, opposite elbows. Okay? So, again, you'll come into Virasana, or be in Dandasana. Bring your hands alongside you, lift your chest. And as you exhale, go back onto your forearms, hands to your heels, grab your heels. And then you have to lift your buttocks. Yeah, and take the crown of your head back. Good, keep moving those back ribs towards your front ribs. Yes, that's it. Now take your buttocks down. Grab the mat overhead. Good. Roll your triceps in. Yes, good. Now from here, lift your buttocks and slide your head a little closer toward your buttocks. Good. Then keep that lift. Back ribs towards your front ribs, shoulder blades towards your chest, chest open, and bring your buttocks back down. Chest towards the back wall behind you. Chest open. Good, and then grab a hold of opposite elbows and let your arms come down. Elbows come down. Good, buttocks down, chest up, and elbows down. Good, and then release your arms, release your head down. So you come back onto your back, Supta Virasana. And then push the floor away, and as you inhale, come up. Good, and then you can come forward, cross your ankles, and again stretch out the backs of your knees. Shoulders back, chest up, backs of the thighs down, knees down. All right, good job. Okay, so now we're going to take what's called Ekasana, which is frog pose. So your blankets, you'll fold them in half and fold them in half again, and just set them off to the side. Okay, now the first thing we're going to actually do is Ardha Bekasana, which is one leg at a time, and I want you to see that. So you'll be here, you'll come up onto your forearms, you'll pivot on your left elbow, so the arm is actually at a diagonal. Bend your right knee, reach back, grab the foot, and you'll turn your fingers to face forward and bring your heel down toward the floor. Okay, so this is the start of it. Now this right shoulder has to do some business. If I'm gonna get this right side chest, you see how my chest is not straight? Can you guys see that? Okay, so that comes from my shoulder blade and my arm. So my upper arm has to rotate, so my tricep rolls up, and I'm pulling that shoulder back. Okay, then my shoulder blade has to come forward on the right side. So instead of everything dropping, I'm rolling back and moving it forward. And then we'll do the other side. So lie on your abdomen. Come up onto your forearms. Pivot on that left arm. So it's at an angle. Yeah, so it's just at an angle. And then bend your right knee. Reach back, grab your right foot on the inside. Good. And now you have to turn your hand so your fingers point forward. So bring your elbow in toward the midline and then take your elbow up towards the ceiling. That's it. And take your heel, your toes, your heel down towards the floor. Yeah. You can roll your right side down, so don't lift your right side. There you go, yes. Now that right arm has to lift up and roll your tricep up towards the ceiling on that right side. Yes, and now from your shoulder to your elbow, pull that right arm back. Bring your shoulder blade forward on the right side and lift your right side chest up. See if you can make your chest level with the front wall. Good, and then release your right leg. And then pivot on the left arm, bend your left knee, grab the foot. But pivot on the foot, yep, so your elbow goes in, toes come forward, and your elbow goes up. Yeah, just turn your fingers to face toward the front wall a little more. Yes, there you go. Coming from the shoulder, and then bring that heel down closer towards your buttocks. There you go. Now that left arm, you have to turn the tricep up towards the ceiling. Pull the arm back to the elbow and bring that left side shoulder blade, left side back ribs forward and up. Yes, so you start to turn the left side forward. So the left side's not behind you, not the shoulder forward, but the chest forward. Good, and then release. Good. Okay, so now we're going to do the full pose. I'll show it to you. And we're going to actually use a little something to help. So I have this folded, the medium long, or the wide, narrow way, or excuse me, the narrow way. Then, when I come into this will go under my bottom ribs. Notice my pubis, my pelvis is down. That's key. Okay, now this helps us a little with the lift of the chest. Okay, I'm here, I'll bend my knees. Now, my tailbone has to go down. You don't want it to lift. It'll end up arching in your low back. So there has to be length here. So buttocks towards your heels, tailbone down. Okay, then you'll reach back, you'll grab your feet. You'll start with your head down. You'll turn your arms, heels down, and as you inhale, lift your chest. Okay, so still those triceps, those arms have to roll up, and your shoulder blades come forward to lift your chest. Tailbone down, chest up. And then you'll release. So you have right under your bottom ribs, make sure your pelvis is down. Good. Then bend your knees. Reach back, grab your feet. And tailbone down. Your knees in, you're going up a little wide. Tailbone down. And now, as you take your heels down, lift your chest up. Yes, heels down, chest up. Tailbone down, chest up. Now can you rotate the arms from inside out? There you go, Kelly. Yes, pull those arm bones back from your shoulders to your elbows. Shoulder blades forward. Now once more, everybody, chest up. Chest up. Good, and come back down. Good. All right. Okay. So here's our final pose for the sequence. You'll need your strap, 3 blankets, and 2 bolsters. You'll need your strap, 3 blankets, and 2 bolsters. And your mat, your setup, is going to be a shoulder stand setup, but first, I want you to fold your mats in half. You'll put 1 bolster at the wall. The folded edge of your mat will face away from the wall. You'll line your 3 blankets, the folded edge up, with the folded edge of your mat, just like with shoulder stand. And then your other bolster goes in between the bolster and your blankets. So it's a shoulder stand setup with 2 bolsters. And then finally, you need a strap with a loop in it that is outer shoulder to outer shoulder. Sure what I mean by that, you can look up. And it should be outer shoulder to outer shoulder this time. Okay, now, from here, I want everybody to see the pose. How I come into it. Oops, this is a super short one. What it looks like, and then how I come out. Now the name of this pose is Setubandha Sarvangasana, and it's a junior 1 level, it's a drop back. Okay, so we're going to practice dropping to the floor, which means the bolsters. But we're at the wall, so that's an option for those of you who need the wall to walk down. You can use the wall. Okay, so here's what it looks like. Strap is above my elbows. I'll lay myself back on the blankets. Okay, and then I'll come up. Same thing is true as in with shoulder stand. We have to get the shoulders underneath us, back ribs towards your front ribs, and then you'll come up. Okay, now all the same work we've been doing applies here. So my upper arms, my triceps have to roll in towards each other. You may not be able to see this, but when my triceps roll in, I can get more lift of my back ribs and my shoulder blades. Can you guys see this part of me okay? You can move if you can't see me. So instead of this area dropping, it's very important that it lifts. It's that same idea of the wall I was talking about earlier. Okay, then you'll separate your feet. You have to lift your buttocks up. You'll bend your knees, buttocks up, tailbone forward, and as you exhale, you'll bring your feet to the bolsters. you're bringing your feet to the wall, you'll just bring your feet to the wall and walk. Okay. So strap above your elbows. Lay back.
Same, just,
Outer shoulder. Shoulders on the mat or blankets, head on the floor. Just like with shoulder stand, this is a variation. And then you can either bring your feet to the wall, or if you know how to just bring yourself right up into shoulder stand, come up into shoulder stand. Put your buttocks first. Okay, now come up into shoulder stand, everybody. Now, Kelly, you have to move a little bit more towards this side so your head's a little more on the floor. There you go. Good. Now turn your triceps in towards each other. Yeah, this has to come forward slightly for you. Yes, there you go. Good. Shoulders down, elbows down. And move your back ribs, your shoulder blades towards your chest. Now separate your feet about hip width apart. And walk your hands, that back body, it has to be like a wall. Walk your hands as far down as you can, as close to your shoulder blades. Yep, elbows down. Okay, now buttocks up, tailbone forward, bend your knees. Okay, now pause. If you're gonna bring your feet to the wall, you can do that. Otherwise, buttocks up, tailbone forward, buttocks up, tailbone forward, and now as you exhale, take your feet to the bolster. Shoulders down, buttocks up, feet to the bolster. And if you're using the wall, walk your feet down. Good, now everybody shoulders down, chest up. Good, and then release your back and come down. Good. You're gonna try that once more. Some of you were really close to walking all the way down, coming down. So again, bring your knees into your chest. You'll come up into Sarvangasana, Salamba Sarvangasana. You have to climb onto the very tops of your shoulders. The very tops of your shoulders. Yep. And then back ribs towards your front ribs. See how far you can walk your hands down. Can you get your hands all the way to your shoulder blades? Melissa, I think you can take your hands lower, just because I think you can. Okay, now feet a little wider, so they're hip width apart. Good, now those shoulders, you pinned your shoulders, lift your buttocks up, and take your tailbone forward. Good, now, there's control when you drop. You want to control it. So you have to keep lifting your buttocks up, shoulders down, and as you exhale, you bend your knees. Good, shoulders down, back ribs forward, tailbone forward, and as you exhale, let your feet drop. Or you can bring them to the wall. If you're bringing them to the wall, buttocks up. And there you go. You can come all the way down, and then walk your feet down. Good, heels down, chest up. Good, and then you can release your back. Remove the strap and roll yourself down. Good, you guys. And you can slide to come down off the blankets so your shoulders come down onto the floor. Let your arms be out to the side. You can be in cactus arms or rest your hands on your abdomen. Just let your body rest. To your side and come up.